I'm going to show you a stretch that's going to help you to lengthen your hip flexors, which run up the front of your body. This is one of the muscles that we noted was quite tight when we did some of your other assessments. So first, I'm going to get you to kneel down on the mat, 1 foot forward with a 90-degree angle at your knee. And on this side, I'm going to get you to push forward with your hips so you feel a stretch. And you're going to try to contract your glute on that side. And then you're going to bring an arm up and bend at your side over until you feel a nice stretch through here. Okay, you're going to hold that for about 30 seconds, and you'll do that 3 times on each side, so you can just rotate back and forth. Okay, so I'll just get you into position here. That's good. Okay, so do you feel a stretch on the front?
Yeah.
Yeah, so push forward into it so your hips are fully extended, and lean over to the side. That's good. And you would just hold that for 30 seconds. And contract that glute. Make sure you're holding that contraction as you go. And that will help the hip flexor to lengthen even more.
All right, so the next exercise we're going to do is to lengthen the calf muscles. So there's 2 different parts in the calf muscles, so there's going to be 2 different exercises. So first, we're going to go up against the wall here. You're going to place your foot against the wall as well, and you're going to keep a straight leg through this and just push through. You'll feel it. You'll hold that for about 30 seconds and alternate the other side. And the second part, you're going to do the exact same thing, but you're going to bend that front leg and hold again for 30 seconds.
Okay.
And switch. Perfect. So yeah, you'll really feel it in here.
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Tight.
Yeah. All right, and then let's try the bent knee. Perfect. So try and keep this a little bit straighter and just focus on bending that one.
Okay.
Perfect. There you go, good.
So one of the other areas that we've noted that is quite tight on your body, according to your assessments, is your inner thighs. Okay, so I'm going to show you a stretch today that's going to help you to really lengthen that area. So what I'm going to have you do is stand with your feet about hip width apart. Your toes are going to be pointed out slightly, okay? And then what you're going to do is just come down into a deep squat. And from there, with your back as straight as you can, you'll place your elbows on the inner part of your knees, and you can just push out until you feel a good stretch, and you're going to hold that position for about 30 seconds. Okay? And you're going to repeat that 3 times with a brief rest in between each time. Okay? So I'll just get your feet hip width, toes pointed out slightly. That's good. And just come down into a squat. And how does that feel?
Good.
Good, okay, and just gentle pressure with your elbows, pushing your knees apart until you feel a decent stretch, and hold. Good, and you would repeat that 3 times.
We're going to move on to some strengthening exercises. So we're going to do an assisted lunge version of this exercise. So we're going to grab a chair, you're going to do 1 foot facing forward and the other back, and then whole entire exercise you want the power becoming from the glute of the standing leg and nothing from the supporting leg. So we're going to bend, keep that knee over your toes and back up. You don't want to have any hip shift, and you keep going. And we're going to do about 15 on each leg, and you're going to switch. We'll do about 1 to 3 sets. And then as you progress, you can do it without the chair. I'll get you going. Perfect. So make sure all that power is coming from this supporting leg here. Good. Watch that hip shift. Knees are coming over, toes, perfect.
We're going to work on exercises that are are going to strengthen the muscles that run up the front of your shin, okay? So this is basically going to help to keep your foot in a proper position. So what I'm gonna have you do is put your hands on your hips and feet about hip width apart. And I'm just gonna have you focus on bringing the toe of the foot up towards your shin while your heel remains in contact with the floor. So you're gonna alternate back and forth between your feet. If you find that this is too difficult and you're losing your balance, feel free to put your hand on a chair. And so you're just going to bring your feet up towards your shin, keeping your heel in contact with the floor. When this starts to become too easy, you can try to do both feet at once. You may require some support for this because it throws you off balance a little bit. And you would do 15 on each side, and you would do that for about 3 sets each time you exercise. Okay? So feet about hip width, hands on your hips, and just start rotating or alternating rather, one toe up. Good. Good.
All right, for our last exercise, we're going to be strengthening the hip rotators, which are on the outside of your hips. So what we're going to do is we're going to get it down onto all fours. You're going to put your hands just under your shoulders, fingers facing forward. You want to keep a nice neutral spine. And basically you're going to look like a dog doing its business on a fire hydrant. So you're going to lift your knee straight out and back down. Making sure that you keep that spine neutral. And only lift as high as you can without it losing any of that neutral alignment. If this does become too easy, we can add a band around your knees and keep going, but I'm going to get you to try now. All right, so keep this neutral here.
Is that good?
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect. So you're going to do about 3 sets of these, around 10 to 15 reps. Good. And other side. Make sure this is coming right out here. Perfect.